Hello and welcome back to the FPL Tom YouTube channel for the final time this season. It is game week 38 and we are here for our final ever deadline stream. And as you can see, well, we've sported something for the final stream. I know obviously Golden Goal, if you've come from his stream, he was suited and booted. He was looking very dapper, very refreshed. Us on the other hand, we've gone for a completely different direction. I will show you the costume in a second, but of course if you've watched any of the streams this season, you know about the holy coin, the lucky coin, whatever you want to phrase it as. It has been pretty good this season at predicting, you know, close 50-50 calls for a lot of people, and myself included in that as well. So we've come as the holy coin for today. That is what we're here for the final deadline stream. But of course, we're here to answer your guys' question. FPL Eric has joined the FPL Tom fan pack. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. Early doors, a new member. Of course, if you do want to become a member, hit that join button. Of course, if you do enjoy any of the content that you see today on the channel, make sure you're liking, subscribing, all that good stuff. It is massively appreciated as well. Big day. It is a very big day, mate. It's a massive day. Jay's in the chat. Andy Burton, one of our moderators as well. Absolutely. Thank you for your support this season, Andy. You've been absolutely insane. Thank you for everybody, pretty much, that has been here, to be honest, this season. It's been incredible, hasn't it, really? We'll show the costume in a second. Just give you the full scope of it. It is quite awkward to sit on because the back kind of rides up and just pushes out. But other than that, it's a pretty good costume. Of course, we'll get around to my team. We'll do some team reviews a little bit later on as well. But if you do enjoy the content, like I said, make sure you are liking it. It is the final day today. And it would be good if we finish the season on 13.5k subscribers. I think that could be a juicy one. Worth doing Pep to Pereira. Potentially, I just think with no Strand Larson and potentially no Cunha, that Wolves side might be a bit ropey, to be honest. Bowen or Salah, I'm guessing you mean in terms of captaincy. I'd be tempted to gamble on Bowen. I think I might be looking at Bowen. Early doll on this poll, though, is suggesting that Salah's going to be a very popular captain again this week. Yep, 7k is decent, but obviously we still want to get inside that top 5k. That is the aim for today. If we can do that, well, we'll be very, very happy. I'm glad, Andy. I'm very, very appreciative of all the channel members, moderators, and then just the viewers as well, the people that come week in, week out. We'll definitely have to look at getting some more moderators next season as well. So I feel if I've spotted your name a few times, we'll definitely see if you want to be a moderator. So if you do want to be a mod for next season going forward, let me know in the chat. And obviously, if you've been around for a few streams and I know you're a good lad or a good girl, let's not be sexist here. Let's not get cancelled early doors. But hey ho, we'll make you a mod. Cunha or Eze? I think with Cunha not in the predicted lineup, I'd be tempted more by Eze. I'm playing Konate in place of an injured Saliba. Would you buy Kirkes for a -4 or stick with Konate? I would stick with Konate. I don't think there's too much upside in that move, in my personal opinion. Jamie W says, I'm currently 25k. Do I go super differential to get into the top 15k or play it safe to secure top 30? Well, it depends what decisions you mean by that. If it's captaincy, I think captaincy is quite open this week. And we can see that with the poll. There's going to be a lot of split decisions. So I definitely think you could go maybe a little bit rogue on captaincy this week and potentially it pay off. Right, let's showcase the costume then for today's stream, all right? So here we have it, right? It's just a massive American coin. They didn't have a British pound. They just had this one. That's the only one I could buy off Amazon. But you know what? It's a pretty snazzy costume. It'll do. Isak captaincy currently. Do you think he will start because Newcastle must win today? I do think they must win, so they will try and get him available. But he didn't train yesterday, I believe, so that is a little bit of a concern. Or maybe Friday he didn't train. Still undecided on the transfer, so if Isak is out, I'll go Evan Nielsen. Fair enough. I think that's a pretty steady, decent move, to be honest. Adam's a fan of the costume already. Laughing faces straight in the chat. Gamer23 says Milenkovic or Munoz or Ben White for a -4. I don't think the -4 is going to be worth it. So I probably would have maybe Milenkovic. Right, let's bring up my team. Let's show you where I'm at with my team then. let's show you where I'm at with this. So this is how we are currently looking heading into the final game week. And I posted on Twitter last night, I genuinely just don't think that I'm going to need a transfer this week. I'm still going to make one. We might just make a bench player a bit better in case there's any like surprise benchings. But other than that, the only other move I'm thinking about is maybe we get rid of KDB for Saka. That is the only move I'm really think I'm going to consider this week. Everybody else, I'm fairly happy with, to be honest. I think it's a pretty good team. So I'm not in a position where I'm desperately gagging to make a transfer. On a free hit, too much choice. Yeah, I can imagine this week. There are so many good options. I'm not a Salah owner. I might buy him for a -12 because I have a feeling he scores. If he scores, then I'm getting a red. A -12, though, is going to be quite a lot of work to get that back, isn't it? I'm currently lead my mini league by 25 points, but I have Haaland and no Salah. Should I buy Salah to cap him or go ahead and cap Bowen and not buy Salah? Look, this is the thing. Salah has been out of form in the past few weeks, right? He just has. Okay? It's a good fixture today, don't get me wrong, and I think Liverpool will end the season strong. They will. They'll end this final game probably with like a 3-0 win is what I'm thinking, right? But at the same time, Salah's only got 2 returns since game week 30. I think maybe he comes off a little bit earlier as well, gets a round of applause from all the fans. I don't know. I'm just not feeling Salah cap. I think Bowen is going to be the one for me. We'll do a coin flip a little bit later as well. Yeah, must roll. That's a very valid point. It could affect my overall rank as well. So yeah, if I'm happy with the team, I might just roll. But we might do KDB to Saka, depending on what leagues we get. Yeah, Palace have been quite handy as well recently. So yeah, it's not the easiest one. I'm not gonna spin myself on the chair. I'm not going to spin myself on the chair. That could end very badly if that happened. We'll be live pretty much till about 12:30 anyway, guys. So you've got me for 2.5 hours. Ask as many questions, and then, of course, we'll let the big boys go and do their things. The Raptors, the Andys, the Harrys. We'll let them do it, all that. Thank you very much for your advice. No worries, mate. That is what we are here for. Of course, if you are enjoying today's stream, make sure you're liking it. If you're new around here as well, make sure you are hitting that subscribe button as well. We're trying to hit 13.5 by the end of today's stream. It's a big ask, but I definitely think we can do it. Start Bradley or Konza? I probably would go with Konza. Have Raya, Gvardiol, Kivior? Yeah, probably still would go Konza. Bench 1, Eze, Rodgers, Gvardiol. Ooh, probably between Gvardiol or Eze. So I probably would lean maybe more towards the defender one. Should I take a -4 to take Eze out for Trossard or Matoma? If you think they're going to go big, then yes. But I don't necessarily like that as a -4. Could I buy Watkins or Welbeck for Cunha? You certainly could. I think Wirtz could be essential. Yeah, I won't pick him up at the start of the game. I never ever do. That is one of my pieces of advice for people next season. If obviously this has been your first year, never pick the new shiny toys out the pram, right? That never bother with those. Don't get distracted by those at the start of the season. Pick players that you know are going to guarantee 90 minutes, that are probably going to be consistent, are probably going to be the talisman of teams. That is my honest advice. Start of next season. Wirtz, let's wait and see. Let's wait and see on Wirtz. But yeah, definitely, if they price him at like 8 to 9 million, he could be in a lot of people's teams. But let's wait and see. Best mids under 9 million. Bowen and Buemo. And I can't really see past Rodgers. I think Matoma could be a decent shout as well this week. Should Cunha start this week because of the Strand Larsen injury? I don't know. I've seen in a few predictions that Cunha's still not in them, which is a little bit of a worry. Do I take a -4 to get Cunha out? I have 3.1 million in the bank and Beto on the bench. Probably I would, Andy, yes. If we get news that Isak is bench, get Evan Nielsen or Welbeck in for him. And would you take a -4 Sarr to Saka or just play Eze? I think you could just get away with playing Eze. He's in really good form, isn't he, at the moment? So I do think you could just get away with potentially just playing Eze. But I like the move to Saka. Obviously, he's probably going to be quite high in effective ownership if some people are looking at him in terms of captaincy as well. Evan Nielsen or Welbeck could be a great 50-50 shout. You imagine Welbeck gets penalties now, with no João Pedro in the squad for today. So Welbeck could be the one that, if he does get a penalty, could go off big. Take a -4 to switch Nuno to Arteta and Sarr for Bowen. I got a 2-point lead in my mini league for punishment. Oh my days, okay. Nuno to Arteta and Sarr for Bowen. Go on then, do it. Yeah, go for it. Morning, Tom. Long-time listener, first-time commenting. Currently in 20th overall. Wow, well done, Tom. I'm resisting Bowen so far. Feel like his eye ownership, so thinking Semenyo, Odegaard. What do you reckon? I mean, Bowen's not even that highly owned, I don't think, is he? I know he's the most transferred in player this week. He's only still 17%. That's not, like, massive. You're still going to get decent rank gain out of him if he does go off this week. So it's not like the end of the world if you went for Bowen. But I like Semenyo as a pick. He could do decent this week. Watkins captain definitely could be a shout for this game week. Hi Tom, hope you're well. Do you think Marmoush or swap for Welbeck? I probably would swap him. Also, second season, never as good as the first. Hey, Andy, we'll make the third even better. Start Marmoush or KDB. Probably would go KDB. Marmoush for captain. Probably not. Palmer. Yeah, probably not. Would you go Cunha and Murillo to Welbeck and White for a -4? Or Cunha and KDB to Welbeck and Bowen? I probably would do the second one. I think I'd do the second one. I think there's more upside in that move. Would you start Wood or Murphy? I would go with Chris Wood. Murphy played in a wing-back role last game, so I probably would go more towards Chris Wood. I have a bench boost active. Should I take a -4 to bring in Bowen over Eze to Ben White to Williams? Yeah, if you've got that bench boost to cover that, I think I'd probably go for that move. Would you do Sarr to Semenyo for then to bench Isak or do Isak to Evan Nielsen? I think it's a wait and see on what news we get around Alexander Isak for that one before we start deciding what to do. Hello, Tom. Start Cunha or Isak. Again, we're going to have to wait for news on that one, but I probably would be leaning more towards Isak. The questions are flying in today, guys, by the way. You guys are absolutely loving it. So keep the likes coming in. Keep the votes coming in. And, of course, if you are new around here, make sure you're hitting subscribe as well. We are wearing the Holy Coin costume for the final day of the season. So, like I said, that on its own probably deserves a like. Do you reckon Watkins breaks the curse against Manchester United? What curse is that? I'm guessing he's never scored. Leading a rival by 27 points, but he's got a bench boost chip. Would you take a -4? Kirkes to... Kirkes to who? Mimic. Who the hell is Mimic? Marmoush has never had an away return. There you go. There's probably one reason not to play him then. Good start, that. Who do I get? I have this a better bench. I can't get Watkins. Probably Evan Nielsen. Welbeck probably would be my top 2 picks in terms of strikers this week. Hi, Tom. I have one question, please. Should I sell KDB for Salah and -4 Alanga to Barnes? Thank you. Have a nice summer. Well, the summer won't be... we won't be off for the summer. I'll tell you that in a second. Would I do Alanga to Barnes? Maybe. Is it worth the -4? I'm guessing you don't need to do that Alanga to Barnes bit, right? You could just do the KDB to Salah. I think just doing the KDB to Salah one might be the better choice. I don't know if there's too much upside in that -4 move. Best choice for TC, Salah, Bowen and Mbeumo. I have TC on the Bowen. I probably would be looking more towards Bowen and Mbeumo this week rather than Mohamed Salah. I'm 7 points away from 500k. I want to gain these points. I have the same starting 11 as you, other than an Arsenal defender and Alanga instead of Rodgers. Who would you get? I'm thinking Rodgers. I think you could probably just roll with that. I think that's a pretty decent setup heading into this week. But if you wanted to get Rodgers, fair enough. Maybe a Bournemouth or a Brighton midfielder might also be decent value within that midfield. We'll take a look at the betting data in a second. But it is looking good for this final week. White or Burn to replace Saliba. Probably maybe go Ben White. He might get an early substitution. Bank the clean sheet for you. Bench one due to needing a differential in my league. Visser, Watkins, Palmer, or Asensio. I probably would bench Asensio out of all of those. Isak or Wood out for Evan Nielsen. Probably if we get news, wait and see till the news we get for Isak before making a move on that one. I'm 24 points ahead of my mini league. Thoughts on Kirkes and Evan Nielsen for Munoz and Mateta for free. Yep, do it. I like those. I like those. Fiel Olympia is on Welbeck captain. You know what that means. 100%. Yeah, don't even go near him. Andy's got the right idea as well. Make sure you're hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel as well, as we are trying to hit 13.5k subscribers by the end of the today. And he says more content is to come, and that is correct, guys. We are going to be doing Club World Cup fantasy content over the summer. There'll be a video out tomorrow with my first draft. Of course, if you don't know what that is, it's a big competition between all the biggest club sides in the world. It's going to be taking place over June and July, so roughly around the month. There'll be deadline streams, there'll be, videos if it does well. And it just gives us a little bit of something to do over the summer, I guess, and learn about some new players and stuff like that. I do think it will start to become a bigger thing as the years probably progress with the prize money that are in there. So they're probably going to play quite good players within it. But yeah, we're going to be making content on it. So make sure you are hitting that subscribe button and looking forward to those contents as well. But you guys have been absolutely flying with the questions today. I'm just going to quickly get a drink and we'll start rattling through some more. But yeah, you guys have been flying, man. Jeez. Woo! Where Konza or Livramento? Probably would go Livramento. Thoughts about keeping Isak and captain him? Let's wait and see if we get any early team news before that. Any questions around Isak? My honest advice is wait and see if we get any early team news before deciding what to do. Saar to Bowen or Wood to Evan-Nielsen? Probably would go Saar to Bowen. Hey mate, 2 free transfers. Isak to Evan-Nielsen, Murphy to Bowen / KDB to Saka for a -4 if we get leaks. TC Salah. Yep, like it all. Could be decent. Who would you bench? Rodgers or Marmoush? Probably Marmoush. Milenkovic or Ait-Nouri? Probably would play... Who've Wolves got today? Who have Wolves got? That's a good question. I don't actually know who Wolves have got. Let me have a look at the betting data. Wolves have got Brentford. Ooh. Who's got the better clean sheets? So 17% there. We're a Forest. Forest 18. I mean, it's a 50-50 split, isn't it, really? Probably Ait-Nouri a higher chance of clean sheets. So that's probably the way that I'd lean on that one. Is there a thing on how to set up for non-tech peeps? Yes, there is a guide that FPL Golden Goal did. I don't know why I called him FPL. Golden Goal did earlier. He did a guide. So if you want to go and check that out, it is a really, really useful guide to helping you understand the game. You'll see the mini league code go above my head at some points as well. I will load up my team as well very quickly, and we can talk about that a little bit later. FIFA Club World Cup Fantasy. Do keep your questions coming in. Any that you do have, by the way, guys, we will try and answer as many as we possibly can in today's stream. Like I said, I'll probably be live till about 12:30. 43 likes on today's stream is very impressive early doors. If we can get to 50 this early on in the stream, geez, we could be in for a steady little stream, you know. We could be in for a naughty little stream here. Live for 19 minutes and the likes are flying in already. Yes, please, sign me up. Let's go for it. Right, so let's talk through the betting data then heading into this game week then. As you can see, there are a lot of goals predicted for this game week. There's a few teams as well that obviously have a strong projection of a clean sheet. That being Newcastle, that being Arsenal, and that being Bournemouth. So they're probably the teams I would look to focus on if I was looking to bring in a defender, In terms of the projection goals, Bournemouth, Brighton, Arsenal, Newcastle, Liverpool, all above 2.5 projected goals for this game week. So plenty of goals predicted on the final day. And if we look at Rob's data as well, as you can see here, that's the wrong one. That is that one. If you look here, this is the final day fireworks. As you can see, across the past, 5 seasons here, there has been more average goals per game on the final day than in just regular seasons. So I would be saying predict for goals today, predict for high scoring score lines, and we could get some mega score lines early doors here, which could be very explosive to see, to be honest. So lots could happen, lots of big change, and yeah, it could be a very exciting one. Right, let's go back to my team and let's start answering some more of your guys' questions. Do keep the likes coming in. Whoops, that's the Club World Cup one. There we go. Who should I bench? Konza, Kivior, Livramento, Gvardiol. Probably between Gvardiol and Konza. I think with Gvardiol being back at left back, I probably would be more tempted to switch to Konza. Captain Bowen or Salah and swap KDB for Luis Diaz. I don't think I'd do any of the swaps. I probably would maybe look at Bowen. I think Salah's also a steady option though, isn't he? Wood to Evan-Nielsen or Saliba to Kirkez. I probably would do the Wood to Evan-Nielsen one. Won't be able to wait for team news. Swap De Bruyne and Isak for Salah and Welbeck for a -4. Not bad options. If you can't wait for the team news, then yeah, go for it. We need to see more of the outfit. Bro, if you want to see more of the outfit, here you go. All right, 1 second. Look at that. Look at that. The holy coin in full display today. If anybody does want the coin, by the way, it is here. For those that do need a flip on the coin, it is here. What have we got? What have we got? I think we can see a United demolition. Hopefully. Hopefully we can. Hopefully we can. Jamie says, let's go, Tom. How are you doing today? Loving the outfit, even though we can't really see it. Yeah, it's kind of like... Hang on. If I wear it more like this... There we go. You can kind of see it now. If I wear it all like this for the rest of the stream, you can kind of see it. It's one of those, isn't it? We live and we learn. Hopefully do a backflip. Bro, I am not doing a backflip on a stream. My room is tiny. I'll end up flying in the mirror behind me. It's the only way to coin flip. You know what? Let's say it right. Let's say it right. How many likes? If we get enough likes, I'll try and do a flip. Alright? If we get enough likes, I'll try and do a flip. How many likes? How many likes on today's stream to get a flip? Like 300? 300 likes on today's stream and I'll do a flip, alright? How about that? 300 likes and I will attempt to do a flip in the costume. Alright. De Bruyne to Saka without knowing if Saka starts. I'm tempted, but I'm going to wait for early team news before, of course, going for it. 200. Nah, we're doing 300 likes. We're pushing it out there. It's got to be a good one. It's got to be a good one for me to do it. 300 likes, and I will do a flip. All right? I have free transfers. If Isak doesn't start, what do you think of Isak, Marmoush, Murphy to Visser, Evan-Nielsen, and Gordon? Gordon a big differential. I don't mind it, though. It's good. Is Rodgers a better pick than Luis Diaz, Gordon, or Semenyo this week? I think all of them definitely have their own qualities. I just think with Villa needing something out of that game, United looking really poor at the moment, I definitely think I would go for it. I'm on 97k and want to start and stay in the top 100k. Then you'll definitely do it. We've hit 300 before, bro. We've hit 300 likes on this stream before. Let's see if we can do it again. Let's see if we can do it again. 300 is the goal. That is it. It's the biggest thing we've ever done for likes, either. Sarter Bowen, bench Rodgers, or KDB to start Rodgers. What? Sarter Bowen, bench Rodgers, or KDB to Saka. I probably would do the Sarter Bowen move. I think that's the better one for me. De Bruyne to Saka or Marmoush to Evan-Nielsen. I would probably do the KDB to Saka one or the Marmoush one. Probably the Marmoush one because I don't think a lot of people are going to have him. People are going to be selling him off this week. -4 for a defender transfer. White or Kirkez, already done red, or just start Munoz. I probably would just start Munoz. I don't think the -4 is going to be worth it, in my opinion. What are the 3 defenders that could hold this week, not necessarily keep a clean sheet? There'll be always a rogue defender that scores a goal. There always is. One little random rogue defender that manages to score a goal. There just will be. Add your health and safety inspector. I officially disavow the flip. Smash the like button, people. Well, we're already approaching 100 likes. So, like I said, if you want to see the flip, we'll do for 300. We'll do a flip, all right? What's your thoughts on Rice for Sarr? This is the thing. I spoke about Rice in my differentials video. He could be a tasty one. Could be a tasty one this week. Is Rodgers a better pick than Luis Diaz? Yeah, I do think he is, but I think all of them have the potential to go for it. What's the thinking around Bowen, Cap? Ipswich are poor. They are very bad. Bowen has been in very good form. The only thing I don't like about Bowen is he just doesn't hit the double digits. He just doesn't hit those double digits, does he? But if we look what he did against Ipswich earlier in the season, it was a double-digit haul. It was a goal and it was an assist. So if he can deliver that again today, then yeah, I think we will be laughing. Because it is one of his only double-digit hauls of this season. There's been 3. 2 12s. Oh no, there's a few 10s in here as well. A few 10s scattered around. But they've been his biggest. 12 has been his biggest double-digit haul this season. So yeah, that's where I'm at. You know what? I think one player that could just randomly score this week could be like Munoz. It genuinely could be just Munoz. Like, everybody sells him, everyone benches him, and he just goes and scores at Anfield like a screamer. It just genuinely could. That could be the way it goes this week. So yeah, is what it is, I guess. It's one of those. Do keep your likes coming in, guys. Keep the questions coming in as well. As we are approaching 200 viewers on today's stream, which is absolutely impeccable stuff to see. I'm just waiting for the flip. You know what you got to do if you want to see the flip? 300. I'll probably do, like, I'll do a flip, but probably onto my bed because I don't want to, like, break anything. That would be very silly. That would be very, very silly. Of course, we'll do team reviews a little bit later. We'll probably get those done around maybe 11 o'clock, so head over to my Twitter, leave it under one of my most recent tweets, and we'll take a look at it. Yeah, that is the only problem with Bowen, I do think, with captaincy for this week. He's not got that mega haul in him, has he? He will just be like a 7, 8 pointer maybe, which is a little bit of a concern for me. Please do not spam, or you will get muted. But yes, we can take a look at a free hit squad for you. It probably would have Bowen, it would have Kirkes, it would have Evan Nielsen, it would have Welbeck, it would have Watkins, Isak if available, and Mbeumo, Salah, Saka, Kivior, Raya, Ben White, maybe Gvardiol potentially, and then who else could you maybe have in there? That's probably 11, right? Am I doing Salah to Saka? No, if I'm going to bring in Saka, it would be for KDB. Please don't flip. I remember you trying to jump over that concrete post. We're going to flip onto a bed. It's completely fine. It will be fine. The bed is nice and soft and cushy. But we have to hit 300 likes for that. And I don't think that's going to happen. So, yeah. We're at 100 now. But are we going to get to 300? I doubt it. I doubt it. Palmer, Rodgers, Cunha to Salah, Saka, Evan Nielsen for a -8. I don't necessarily think that's worth the -8 in my opinion. Diaz for captaincy, outperforming Salah at the moment. If you fancy it, go for it. Digne start. I did see him in Charlie's predicted lineups. We'll take a look at those in a little bit as well. Start Alanga or Pedro Neto, or transfer one out for a hit. Probably. I'd be tempted to go Pedro Neto. Looks like he could be playing up front again. So he'll be a decent option to have there. Eze to Bowen for a free. Yep, I would do that. I definitely would do that. Wan-Bissaka could be a decent shout on the free hit. Yeah, that could be a decent one as well. If you wanted to get the West Ham defenders in there. Thank you for monitoring the chat, Jamie. I appreciate that, mate. Like I said, I don't know if you were in here earlier, but I was speaking to Andy and we were saying, like, you know, thank you for all the moderators' hard works this season and everybody that's been in here. If you do want to become a moderator of the channel, do let me know in the chat. If I see your name pop up, and I see it quite frequently over the course of this season, then yeah, we'll definitely be looking to add some more mods for next season. Turkin Abush, one of our members and moderators, says, Captain Pedro last week, and I'm looking to do something equally as stupid this week. What's the ballsiest punt? Bring in a player which might actually pay off. I think Welbeck could be that silly punt this week, mate. I think Welbeck could be the one. Salah to Saka or Asensio to Martinelli. I don't really like Martinelli as a pick. I just don't think he's that guy. But I think selling Saka to Salah, maybe not. Maybe not. I don't think it's the smartest move. Do you think KDB and Marmoush to Saka and Evan Nilsson is worth it? If there's not a minus involved, probably would, yeah. No worries. Thank you for leaving your comments. West Ham are a very poor defence, but going okay forward, yeah. No worries, mate. I know Golden is a very good friend, and we obviously do a lot of stuff together. He's obviously looking at doing some Club World Cup stuff like me, so we'll definitely get some streams in. Some streams next season as well together. But yeah, massively appreciate it. And all the Discord stuff you do as well. It is appreciated, guys. I will definitely have to look at, like, doing something. I don't know, like, for the moderators, like, in the Discord. Maybe, like, a mug or so. I don't know. We'll have a think. Maybe a mug. I don't know. Let me have a think. I don't know. We'll have a look. Camera, please focus back in. There we go. Minter or Gruder as a punt. This is the thing, right? All I've seen over Twitter this week is this Gruder. And before yesterday on Twitter, I'd never even heard of the guy. Or back-to-back 6-pointers, a 7-pointer there. The concern is his minutes, isn't it? But, I mean, if he's starting to play more and more, then could be a decent shout here. What's his XGI like? It's not bad. It's not bad, but he could be a fun pick. He could be a fun pick, but his minutes have been a little bit dicey, haven't they? They have been a little bit dicey. Do keep the questions coming in, guys. Any that you do have ahead of today's deadline. Of course, if you are enjoying the content as well, make sure you're hitting subscribe. We're trying to hit 13.5k by the end of the season. So yeah, today's the final day, and yeah, we're trying to hit that goal. So let's see where we can end up today. Let's have a look. What are we on right now? We're doing good. We're doing good. Let's put it that way. We're on 434. So we need, like, what, 66 people to hit subscribe today? That's definitely possible. Definitely possible. Of course, as well, as I am dressed as a coin, we will be doing a flip if today's stream hits 300 likes. So if you are enjoying the stream, make sure you are liking. Like I said, if it does get to 300, yeah, we'll definitely do it. You can help me start up my channel over the summer. Jamie, I would be happy to help you start up your channel, mate, over the summer. Any advice you need, drop me a message on Discord and we can chat and I can help you with whatever you need, mate. All right. What questions have we got? 16 points behind my mini league leader and a bench boost. Do I go Sar and Isak out for Diaz and Welbeck for a -4 or risk Isak playing? Maybe wait and see for early team news if we get some. If we don't, make the moves. Yeah, to be fair, if City do get a pen, they will probably give it to KDB being his last game. Maybe. Unless Haaland's, like, on a hat-trick or something. Who knows? Kirka's the only one that might be worth a -4. Maybe. I just don't think any defenders are personally going to be worth a -4. Not for me, anyway. Your thoughts, KDB for Saka or Mbeumo for Saka? I probably would prefer to go for KDB. Should I do Palmer to Saka for a -4? It's a big game for Palmer. A lot on the line. Is Saka going to go off? I don't know. His performances recently have been dross. Luis Diaz, Trossard, Odegaard, Mitoma. Please choose one. I already have Welbeck. Probably then maybe Diaz or Trossard. Who should I transfer Saliba to? I'm between Kirkes and White. I'm chasing first in my mini league. So probably go Kirkes, I would say. Tom, will you keep Isak? If I had Isak, obviously it's different for me because I don't have him, but if I had him, I would personally be waiting to the very last minute to see what early team news we get, because if you feel if he is going to start, there's good projected numbers for Newcastle on this final day. He's up there as well as one of the top players that could do well in terms of those predicted goals as well, so could be a big one. Second in my mini league, 22 points to catch up. Should I make KDB to Saka? Can cap the latter or Sar to Gordon? I also have another option of cap Haaland. I don't really like that. I probably would do the first move. Oh yeah, now or never, mate. There are more and more FPL people joining, like content creators every single season, isn't there? So it's getting harder and harder. Yeah, they do. They do need to win. They do need to win. I do think Isak will start, in my personal opinion. I do think he will. But let's wait and see. How am I feeling for the last game week? I'm feeling good. I'm a little bit good. The season's over. I think it's been a fantastic year. Not only in terms of FPL, considering where we were at the start. We went from 5.2 million in game week 7 or game week 8 to where we're sat right now. 7k is absolutely ridiculous. So we've had a really, really good year. This is probably going to be my best ever finish on FPL. So we've had a fantastic year overall. But then the channel growth as well has been incredible. We finished last season, I had a look. We finished last season on 3.8k subs. We're now sat here, probably by the end of today's stream, hopefully, going to finish on 13.5. So nearly a 10k growth in a season is absolutely phenomenal. I can only thank you guys for that. So thank you for everybody that has been new to the channel, that's hit subscribe, that's liked the stream, that's just even asked the question. It is appreciated. So thank you very much, as always, guys. Yeah, I don't think Cunha starts. I just don't think Cunha starts. I just don't. I really, really don't think he starts. I done Munoz out for White. Should I do Salah to Saka for Bowen for a -4? Probs won't. Yeah, I think that's probably wise. Gonna miss your live streams. Bro, don't worry. We are back for the summer. We'll be doing Club World Cup stuff. So if you are planning on playing the Club World Cup fantasy game, I will be live. I will be doing videos. So you won't miss me too much. And then by the time that finishes, we'll be at July. And then FPL will be pretty much releasing. So there's no real break. There is no real break. We've got some plans on the second channel as well to do some content on that channel as well. Yeah, I probably agree with that point. I don't know whether or not Saka is going to play a full 90 today. I'm not 100% sure. What transfers are you doing? I'm thinking of taking KDB out and putting Saka in. I don't know yet, though. Hi, Tom. 7 points clear in my mini league. Do I sit tight with Marmoush or risk the -4? I think I'd be maybe tempted to risk a -4. Someone pointed out earlier in the chat he hasn't had an away return yet. But maybe we're jinxing it. Maybe we're jinxing it. Staying Salah for captain against one of the away sides. We'll see if fair. I'm just going to update the pinned message in the chat to let people know that if we get there we go. There's the pin message has been updated. Take a look at the poll. Salah, 51% of the captain for this week. Eesh. Big numbers. But yeah, if we hit 300 likes on today's stream, we will do a flip. Or we'll attempt to do a flip. Alright? That's the aim anyway. We'll attempt it. Don't know whether it will happen. But we'll try our best. We will try our best. Should I play Eze or Rodgers? I would personally play Rodgers. Should I bench Marmoush for Bowen? Yes. Which option? Diaz, Welbeck, Evan-Nielsen, and Mitoma Diaz. I like Welbeck. I like Evan-Nielsen as well, so those probably would be my 2 picks for this week. Hi, Tom. I'm at the top of my mini-league with 10 points. The one in second place has Saka. Should I sell Isak and Murphy for Evan-Nielsen and Saka? If you can get there for without a minus, might be worth doing. Rice could be a decent shout in that midfield for Arsenal. He could be a decent one. I'm starting Collins and Munoz, or would it be tempted for a defensive transfer? No, I don't like a defensive transfer. I'd rather use my transfers for offensive reasons this week. Thanks for the season, Tommy. TC Salah, or should I go with Bowen, Welbeck? I would be tempted with... I think Salah is just going to probably do at least something. I would be tempted with a better Bowen, you know. I would be tempted. If we don't get Isak news, should we sell? Probably, yeah. No Isak news yet. I'm not expecting any till quite late on, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not really expecting much till probably a little bit later on. Yep, the early stream, we're here. Of course we're here. Rice takes free kicks, corners, nailed for minutes. He is indeed. He is indeed. Arsenal mid to punt on. Probably Rice. I think Rice is probably going to be the one that I would take the biggest gamble on. Free kicks, corners. He just has weird spells of scoring as well. Yeah, we'll be doing team reviews at 11 o'clock. So if you want to get your team reviewed by me, head over to my Twitter, leave it under one of my most recent tweets, and we'll go and take a look at that. Need 2 transfers out. Cunha to Evan Nielsen, De Bruyne to Bowen, or Munoz to White. I prefer the first 2. I don't think there's too much upside in defender transfers on the final day. I think you always see just mad, wild score lines, so pick attackers, in my personal opinion. And we saw it with the Rob data. Past 5 seasons, there are always more predicted goals on the final day than there are, you know, over across a regular season. I'm tempted to bring in Saka today. What do you need to do? You need to just go to any of my recent tweets on Twitter. So let me bring them up for you. So any of, like, people have been leaving them here already, right? So let's have a look. Say, for example, this is one of my most recent tweets. People are leaving their teams under here. Yeah, there you go. So if you head to my Twitter, at FPLTom, give me a follow. Any of these tweets here, it will pop up in my notifications, and yeah, we'll take a look for you guys. How about that? How about that? Oh yeah, someone's definitely going to get burned. There's going to be a few trolls, I reckon, this week looking for that Isak news, aren't they? Hi Tom, 23k here. Wood for Evan Nielsen or KDB for Saka? I would be more tempted with the KDB for Saka one, but let's wait and see what we get in terms of team news. Start Asensio or Alanga. Alanga decent form, but Asensio massive differential and on pens. Had a good game against Spurs despite no packing returns. It's up to you. We can obviously do a coin flip. The coin is here if you want to ask that one, but I would be tempted more with Asensio, I think. When am I doing team reviews? They will be at 11. Really like your early streams this season. Thank you. Yeah, we'll be carrying these on into next season as well. So, yeah, big numbers that with these early streams. And that's what we like to see. Hopefully it leads to more and more growth. Getting bigger and bigger. More subs in the door. What's not to love, really? What is not to love? So, yeah, we'll keep up with these early streams next season. Coin flip. Of course, we can have a go on the holy coin for you, mate. If anybody else wants to have a go on the coin, it is here for people. Right, we've got what? Asensio can be tails. Heads will be Alanga. All right. It is heads. If you trust the coin is going Alanga. For people asking about Isak news, we currently have nothing. So, yeah. We have nothing. Yep, we'll be doing Club World Cup stuff. There will be a video out tomorrow. The first one will be on the channel. It'll be my first draft. We'll be doing probably some deadline streams, seeing how it goes with the build-up. If the views are there, we'll continue. If the views are not there, then we won't continue. But we'll be doing it for now. There's a league set up. It is that code right above my head as well if you have already created your team already. And we'll take a look at it before we wrap up on today's stream as well a little bit later. Hey Tom, Watkins for captain. I don't mind it as a shout. They need the goals. They need the win. United looking pretty leggy, aren't they? Coin. To quote Jermaine Genius. Anyone thinking Trossard? Trossard could be a decent shout this week. Could be a decent one. Would you -4 Palmer out? Depends who you're going for and what you're going to then do with that player if you were going to do it. If you are enjoying today's stream, make sure you are liking. Like I said, if we hit 300 likes, we will do a flip onto the bed. All right, there you go. A little final day treat for you guys as we are dressed as the Holy Coin. And if you're new around here as well, make sure you are, of course, hitting that subscribe button. Yes, coin flip. Saar for Luis Diaz or Saka. Yep, Luis Diaz can be heads. Tails can be Saka, all right? Tails. There you go. Coin flip for Bowen or Souček. Oh, my days. Okay. Heads is going to be Bowen. Tails is going to be Souček, okay? It is heads. There you go. Who do you reckon are the best free defenders on a free hit? I have plenty of cash. Ben White. I probably would then maybe look at Kirkes, definitely. And then I think you've got a plethora of options. You could have somebody like a Livramento could be a decent shout for this week. Maybe going double Arsenal could be the route. Gvardiol at left back, who's quite highly owned, could cover you off in that regard as well. Maybe a Brighton defender potentially. Maybe a Wan-Bissaka. Victor Pereira. Wolves have got who, right? I'm guessing they've got table bonus. So I always say chase the table bonus. All right, chase the table bonus. Which team do you think concedes the most goals this week? I think it could be Spurs. Yes, Spurs could be one. I think there could just be a thumping. There is going to be a thumping, I reckon, today. Ipswich could be another one. United. Maybe Brentford could be that team that give out a thumping. Could be some thumpings inbound. They really could. Live and die by the coin. That is the greatest comment we've had in the past few weeks. Live and die by the coin. That is unbelievable. Jamie, if you're still in the chat and you are going to go make some memes for the thingy, put Live and Let Die by, who is it? Is it Paul McCartney, right? And the Wings, is it? Or is it just Paul McCartney? I can't remember. But please go and put that meme together, please. If you're in here, please put that together. And I'll post it on Twitter a little bit later. But that is unbelievable. Live and die by the coin is absolutely incredible. What a comment that is. Worth doing a -4 for Nico Williams to a Newcastle defender or Kirkes. Not in my personal opinion, no. Yeah, I think it is McCarthy. I know it was a Bond theme. Great song as well, though. I don't do team codes. I just do teams ratings on Twitter, which we'll be doing at 11 o'clock. So get your team sent in and we'll take a look at it. But yeah, what an unreal comment that is, by the way. That is absolutely wonderful. Live and die by the coin is incredible. Hey Tom, why doubts over Cunha start, especially with Strand Larsen flagged? His move to Manchester United, I didn't see him in the predicted lineup from Charlie, which we can go and take a look at for anybody that needs some. Looks like we've had a few teams sent in, so thank you very much. Predicted lineups, here we go. Let's have a look what we've got. So Arsenal, we've got Havertz back in there. Okay. Saka, Martinelli, Rice, Jorginho, Moreno. Villa, we've got Mings, Konza, Cash, Digne at the back. Watkins, Rodgers, Asensio. Bournemouth, Evan Nielsen, Kluivert, Semenyo, Tavernier, Kirkes. Brentford, Visser and Buemo are in there. Sharda's in there. I know a few of you still have him. Brighton, Welbeck, Gruder, Mitoma, Minter. They're probably the ones I would pick on. Chelsea, Pedro Neto, Palmer, Enzo, Madueke. Palace, if you've still got any of their players, Eze, Sarr, Mateta. The Toffees, but I doubt anybody's got one. Live and Die is in there. Fulham, doubt anybody's got any Fulham players. Doubt anybody's got any Ipswich players. Doubt anybody's got any Leicester players, but there's their team. Liverpool, Luis Diaz up top. I've seen a few people potentially taking a punt on him. Gakpo on the left, Szoboszlai in the 10, Salah on the right as usual. Bradley in instead of Trent. Konate's in there as well. City, De Bruyne and Marmoush are in there. Haaland, if you've got him, is in there. Gvardiol back at left back is one of the reasons that I'm going to be keeping him for this week as well. United, Bruno maybe. I doubt anybody's got anybody else outside of that. This does have the Isak one in here. Also has Gordon, also has Barnes, Livramento in a wing-back role, Murphy in a wing-back role, but I'd be more tempted with Livramento if I was going to bring in a Newcastle defender this week. Forest, Alanga and Wood up top with Gibbs, White sat in the 10. Southampton, God knows what they're going to do, and nobody's got any of their players. Spurs, quite a ropey-looking side, to be honest. West Ham, Bowen up top, of course. Wan-Bissaka in a wing-back role could be tasty. And this is the one that a lot of people are obviously asking about. It is the Wolves one with no Cunha in. It's got Juan He-Chan, Bellegarde, but no Cunha. So, yeah. But Charlie has said, don't let this put you off starting Cunha in your team. Again, we might get some team leaks. We'll have to wait and see. Thoughts on Barnes? His XG is good, but the form is not really there. I mean, Newcastle are fancied for predicted goals this week. They just are. So why not? Maybe have a little bit of fun with it. I do think Isak starts. I think it's that big a game, they'll just wait for him to... Like, he's going for surgery, isn't he? But I think they will just wait for him. Do keep questions coming in. Keep the likes coming in. Keep the subscriptions coming in as well. Massively appreciated. Like I said, we are trying to hit 13.5k on today's stream. So if you are new around here, make sure you are hitting that subscribe button. Like I said, if we hit 300 likes, we'll do a backflip or a front flip onto the bed. We're currently closing in on 150. There's 240 of you sat in the chat. So if you haven't already, make sure you are hitting that like button as well. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. He just could go off. He could go off very, very big. If we look at the projected goal scorers here, he is one of the top leading ones for this game week. So is Salah, but so is Callum Wilson as well. I did put a tweet out saying I probably would be maybe tempted with Callum Wilson for this week if it did come down to it. Welbeck's up there as well for people that are thinking about it. Havertz could be a decent shout as well. Evan Nielsen that people are looking at. Saka, Watkins. Don't think Jota's going to be the best option this week. Kluivert, and then as you can see down there, Bowen as well as one of the final options for this week. So, yeah, pretty decent numbers across the board. He could also go off with an injury, could Alexander Isak? No news on Isak at the moment. What we should actually look at today is who is top of the Soggy Biscuit Super League. Now, it got changed, unfortunately. It's now just called the FPL League. But heading into the final week of the season, we probably have, I reckon, maybe just down to here, the top 5 here could all potentially go and win the league. We'll sort out a prize for next season, I reckon. But there's loads of you in here. Really, really appreciate everybody that's joined the league. Andy Davis has currently got the lead, though, heading into the final week. His team's called Gandhi's, and his current rank, 899, which is very impressive, as you can see. Used his bench boost last week, got Pickford, Konza, and O'Brien, so a steady bench boost, to be honest, across the board. So a pretty decent week for him. Second is Eze Come Eze Go. They're currently ranked 2.5k. And from Singapore, very nice. Continental. Team's looking a little bit ropey this week. Few flag players, but I think they've got the big boys across the board. Hopefully they can maybe pull off a final day comeback. And then the other ones as well. But who remembers Alex earlier on in the season? Real slippery slope from Alex. 2k now. He was maybe like 25 in the world at one point this season. Yeah, it's been... I feel bad for him. He's had a little bit of a slip. But it's just unfortunately the way the game goes sometimes, isn't it? But yeah, Alex from earlier on this season, he was like 12th at one point. I can't remember. He was pretty mad at one point, wasn't he, Alex? 14th. There we go. Jamie says he was 14th. Yeah, he was going big, was Alex, but wasn't meant to be. I would play Konza ahead of Munoz. Hey Tom, if Isak plays, To be able to afford Saka, which defence should I move Saliba? Can't really afford to buy any of the Arsenal boys. Could you not go Saliba to Kivior? Could that not be... Is that not an option? Haaland plus Sarr to Salah plus Evan Nielsen for a -4. Don't mind it. Don't mind it, if you go, especially if you're going to give Salah the captain as well. Hey Tom, I'm going to go for the bench boost with Evan Nielsen, Kirkez, Martinez and Konza and Bowen captain. Very good. Very strong. I like it a lot, son. That is a steady little, naughty little bench boost, that. That is a goodie. That is a goodie. Do keep the questions coming in, guys. Anything that you do want to ask me, let me know in the chat. Taking a look at the poll. What's cracking off in the poll? 52% of you have voted for Mohamed Salah as your captain this week. 26% sat on Bowen. Ooh. Any news on the who starts up front for Chelsea? We just looked at Charlie's predicted lineups, and it had... Who did it have? It had Neto up front. Missing 0.1 if I move to Kivior. Damn. I probably would go then. Maybe somebody like a Wan-Bissaka could be a cheap shout. Haaland plus KDB plus Salah, Murphy to Salah, Saka, Evan Nielsen. I prefer the first option out of all of those. Is Wood to Evan Nielsen and Eze to Alanga, Saka worth a -4? If you're going to captain one of them, yes. I don't actually think you maybe need to bring anyone in. Maybe Marmoush would be the one out, maybe for like a Welbeck or an Evan Nielsen. But other than that, I think your team's pretty decent across the board. On a free hit, Sells to Raya or Martinez. I would probably go Raya. I don't mind those moves for a -4. That could be decent. Better bench Marmoush or Murphy. Probably Murphy with him being in a wing-back role. Probably not going to get too many opportunities today. Welbeck or Evan Nielsen. I actually prefer Welbeck. I think for the chance that he could get a penalty is the reason that I prefer going for him over Evan Nielsen, in my personal opinion. Do keep the questions coming in, guys. Any questions that you do have, let me know in the chat. Of course, we are trying to hit 13.5k subs today. We need about another 50 of you to do so. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. It is massively appreciated, as always. Can't find any Newcastle training photos from yesterday's session. Worth a try. I think there was some that got leaked, but maybe that was Friday's sessions rather than yesterday's. Bowen or Saka? I actually prefer Bowen heading into this week rather than Saka. I genuinely do. I think Bowen is the better pick out of the two, in my personal opinion. We're going to be doing team reviews in 5 minutes. So if you want to get your team reviewed by myself, head over to my Twitter, leave it under one of my most recent tweets, and we will take a look at it for you. If Isak doesn't play, which forward do I move to? Afford Saka, already own Evan Nielsen. Maybe Welbeck, Visser could be a decent shout. They're probably the ones that I would look for. Hi Tom, thanks for the informative streams. Keep KDB or buy Saka. I'm going to wait for team news before I make any decision on that, but I probably would be looking to make that switch to Saka, I think. Matoma, Bowen, Kudus plus Evan Nielsen / Welbeck. I probably prefer the top one than the bottom one. Hi Tom, -4 for Palmer and Beto out, Welbeck and Bowen in. Don't mind it. I think Palmer, though, could have a good game today. What would you say are the best differential captains? Bowen's probably going to be one. I know he's quite brought in this week, but he's still going to be a differential captain. Buemo could also be a decent shout. Watkins, Visser, obviously Saka It only looks like 10% of people are going to actually give him the armband on our poll here on the stream. So yeah. Chasing 2 points. If Isak is out, would you take a -4 to get Saka, Bowen, and Evan Nielsen, or no hit, just Saka, Evan Nielsen, and Saka / one of Bowen? I don't know if I'd necessarily take the hit unless I was going to captain one of them. So yeah. Bro, you've just got to do it. If Havertz is league to start, he could be a decent pickup, couldn't he? He could be a decent pickup. Thank you very much for the sub, Craig. Appreciate it, man. Like I said, if you also want to hit that subscribe button, if you are new around here, it is massively appreciated. We are trying to hit 13.5k before the end of today's stream. And yeah, there's going to be stuff over the summer, the Club World Cup stuff. There's going to be, obviously, lots of streams next season with Golden Goal. Plenty of videos out as well. We'll probably have, maybe daily videos. I'm thinking, heading into next season, daily videos. Oh, I probably would look at Bowen, Evan Nielsen, Welbeck if I wanted 3. If I wanted 2, Bowen and maybe Welbeck. Hi Tom, just wondering if I should transfer Saka or Bowen in for KDB. I'd be more tempted with Bowen than Saka. I think his minutes are very secure, playing against a poor Ipswich side, which he got a haul against earlier in the season as well. Munoz, Saliba and Coleman, to which 3? I would probably be maybe looking at a Ben White, a Kivior, a Wan-Bissaka, a Kirkes, a Livramento would probably be my top picks for defenders. Kepa or Martinez on the bench, got a bench boost. I mean, if you've got a bench boost, it doesn't really matter, does it? I probably would maybe have Kepa. There's a higher probability of a clean sheet. 3 players that you think could go big today. I think Welbeck could be one if he gets a penalty and a goal. I hope Bowen is one that goes big. And then I think Brian Mbeumo could be one that goes massive today. I genuinely think Brian Mbeumo could be an underrated pick this week. What strategy would I pick if I'm chasing? Maybe today, a differential captain might be the play. And maybe looking at some of those lower owned players that you think could go well. We've seen as well that with Rob's data, there are more goals scored in the final day than any kind of normal game across a season. So I probably would go... I'd go differential captain, and I'd maybe look at 1 or 2 differentials that could potentially get me those points back up. What time are we expecting leaks? I'll be driving till the deadline. Probably very close to the deadline. I reckon maybe 20 past 2 potentially is where we get some. Why aren't you wearing a suit like Golden? I mean, Golden's got class and decorum. We have got a lucky coin because we've been pretty much this coin here. People have been asking me for 50-50 splits throughout all the season. We've been using it as well. I've been even using it on personal advice in my life, should I cash out a bet? Should I do this? Should I do that? It's a holy coin, so we've dressed as the holy coin today. There you go. All right, that's it. But yeah, we haven't got that class like Golden. It is a Leeds kit underneath. Yes, I'm heading to the gym afterwards. It's one of my gym tops that I've got. I'm not a Leeds fan, by the way. Hi Tom, new subscriber, thanks for the content. Well, thank you very much, Frank, appreciate that, mate. Will Bowen be on pens, chance of Paqueta playing? If Paqueta's not playing, then yeah, you imagine Bowen will be the penalty taker. Watkins or Bowen cap? I prefer the Bowen one. Bowen versus Gordon, Bowen, easy. Marmoush to Evan Nielsen, Welbeck or KDB to Diaz. Must make the moves before we get any team leaks. Probably the Marmoush one that I would be more tempted with. -4, I'm in a few cup finals too, including National Cup final, trying to bring in Saka and Evan Nielsen. Go for it. If you think those other players that you're going to bring in are going to have the upside, are going to be worth the -4, then go for it. Yeah, if you go to the FIFA website, just type in FIFA Club World Cup, create an account, it will let you in. It's under the play area, I think it's called. And it should just let you in. Or if you download the FIFA app, again, there's a play area there. Thanks for your content again, Tom. Congrats on a good stream and the channel growth. Spanish wife is just outside the top 50k in her first season and can't name one player from each team. I'm in 500k. Oh, mate. That is gutting. That is gutting. My girlfriend has started playing at the back end of this season and has actually been doing quite well. So I am a little bit worried for when she starts playing next season and actually is above me. But hey ho, it's one of those things, isn't it? There is some elements of luck in it. But yeah, appreciate your comments about the growth and all that as well, man. I know you've been here for a while, so appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Should have listened more. All the best. Hey, man, we can only learn from our mistakes and get a better FPL manager next season. That is the aim for everybody in these streams. I mean, it's up to you, mate. It is up to you. If you want to go stick with your boy Marmouche and play Marmouche, then go for it. That's the way I'd look at it. Hi, mate. Should I do Rodgers to Semenyo, Wood to Evan Nielsen, or Saliba to White? I can't make my mind up. I'd be tempted to do the Saliba to White one because I think Wood could have a decent game. I think Rodgers to Semenyo feels a little bit sideways to me. I'd rather would have Rodgers. Hi Tom, I'm top of my mini league with 28 points difference. He has an assistant manager left. Do I defend and buy players he has or go for different ones? I mean, you maybe could cover it off with just having the same players as he does, but I don't think you should mirror whatever someone else is doing. Play your own game. Feel whatever you feel like you want to do, then go for it. That's honestly my personal advice. If you think, okay, if I want to match him here, I can cover him off. But how gutted would you have been if you're thinking, he hasn't got Bowen, I'm fancying Bowen, and then Bowen goes and delivers, and that could have been the difference between you winning it and losing it. I think trust your own game. Don't try and copy anybody else's. All right? Cole Palmer to Bowen or Munoz to Ben White. This is the thing with Cole Palmer. It's a really interesting week for him because it's such a big game. But is he going to deliver the goods? Probably not. So maybe I'd go for that second option, I think. Do you prefer Luis Diaz or Matoma? I think I prefer Matoma. I think, Liverpool's season's fairly wrapped up. So, yeah. Kivior or White? Probably prefer White. Hi, Tom. Got my lucky little MS FPL mug today. Not going to chance the holy coin this time. 10 points needed to 25k. Differential captain as well as team or just a bit safer. I mean, if you've got some differentials within your team, they might be able just to make up that gap, to be honest. Maybe. But at the same time, I don't think there's anything too differential with captain this week. I think, a lot of people are probably still going to be going with Salah. And fair enough, he's had a phenomenal season. But the likes of Bowen, Saka, others could also very much deliver today. Joe Hart and John Barnes came to the VIP lounge, got a picture with them and signatures as well. Very nice, mate. Very nice. If you was 5 points clear in your league and had one free transfer and wanted Bowen and Saka, would you take a -4? If I'm going to captain any of them, yes. Do we need Newcastle players? I think they could be good options. They're going to need to win today. It's just finding what the best pick is. If Isak was 100% fit, ready to play, he would be the best option by a country mile. But he's not, so I'm a little bit hesitant. You know what I mean? I think Bowen probably is the better pick than Vista this week. I have a feeling Munoz scores today, and it would be typical with everybody benching him. I said this earlier on in the stream. I think Andy asked me who I think could go big as defenders this week, and I was like, well, it could be, somebody like a Munoz. We all sold him or benched him or whatever. Then he goes and delivers. Who is my sub here? Probably Jacob Murphy with him playing a more of a wing-back role this week. I mean, if you're playing the bench boost, you're already going to have, some sort of edge on other people. So maybe just stick with the Salah captain. But if you fancy him really going for it, bench boost, cap Bowen, enjoy it. Would you take a -8 to get all the players playing for a bench boost? I would, yes. No, I think that's BS. Hi Tom, for a -4 plus 2 free transfers, do you think it's worth me doing Marmouche, Isak and Saliba out for White, Evan Nielsen and Welbeck? Cheers, mate. Yes, I do. I have Kivior, Livramento, Gavadio, Konza and Munoz. Would you transfer Munoz to Kirkez and start him? Yes. My midfield and forward is set. Then, yeah, fair enough. Closing in on 200 likes for a backflip. Bro, it is not 200 likes for a backflip. It's 300, and you know it is. You know it's 300 for a backflip. Don't be coming in here getting people to go to 200. It's 300. We've set the bar high. We've set the bar very high for likes today. By the way, thank you very much for helping today's stream hit over 300 viewers. Massively appreciated, as always. If you do, of course, enjoy the content, make sure you're hitting that like button. Like I said, if we hit 300, we'll attempt a flip of some sort. I'm not claiming I'm good at flips, by the way. We'll try it. Thanks for all your helpful information, Tom. Good luck to everyone. See ya. GG said it can be 200. It's been 300. It's been 300 from the start, bro. It has been 300 from the start. It's never been 200, and you know that. Are you going for the 5k, thus Bowen cap? Yeah. We still might switch to Salah. I've just had it on Bowen since I looked at my team and set it as the bus team. I had just Bowen straight away as captain. Didn't even look at any other options. Didn't even have any other options. Do get your questions coming in. Any likes are appreciated. Obviously, we're trying to hit 13.5k by the end of today's stream. Would be greatly appreciated if you are new around here that you are hitting that subscribe button. Oh, God, I forgot about team reviews. Jesus, I forgot about team reviews. Oh, my God, I completely forgot. Apologies, guys. Yeah, let's start some team reviews off, yeah? Let's start some team reviews off. Let's go. Right. Oh, we've had quite a few sent in, so let's whiz through these. Where was the first one we had sent in? I have 1 free transfer and 3.3 million in the bank. My rank is 30. Okay. Twitter just bugging out again. It did this yesterday, by the way. It was awful. Oh, no. Come on. There we go. If you were in my place, what would you do? I would drop Jacob Murphy and put Bowen in. That is genuinely what I'd do with this team. I'd drop Jacob Murphy and I'd put Bowen in. That would be my move for that one. Morning, mate. Rice or Bowen in for KDB and Evan Nielsen in for Wood. I would probably go Bowen and for KDB and Evan Nielsen in for Wood. Yep. Hi, 1 free transfer. Thinking Bowen to Savinho and Captain Bowen. Yep, like it. No problems with that one. For the review, Raya, Gvardiol, Wan-Bissaka, Kirkez, and Buemo Szoboszlai. Interesting. Rice with the captain could be an interesting one. Visser and Marmoush. Ooh. I'd be tempted to start Isak ahead of Marmoush. I don't think Isak comes off the bench if he's not fully fit. So I'd start Isak ahead of Marmoush for me on that one. 1 free transfer with 0.5 million in the bank. Tempted to sell. I'd be tempted to sell Eze to Bowen to cover that move off. Yeah, that's probably what I'd do there. Or go Palmer to Saka maybe. Hi Tom, I'm torn between a defender transfer and getting rid of Chris Wood. I'm top 30 of my mini league with points. I'd be more tempted with the Chris Wood one. Obviously, Evan Nielsen, Welbeck, depending what budget you've got available. Do I switch to some Newcastle/Arsenal defender? My opponent has them, and we're level in points. I have 2 free transfers. Yeah, you could maybe drop one of Ruben Diaz. I think I would keep Gvardiol if he's playing at left back. Could be deadly, so I'd keep him and drop Ruben. And yeah, maybe look to go to Kivy or Ben White could be the way to go for it. Your other transfer as well could be KDB to Saka. It could be Cunha out to one of Evan Nielsen, Visser. You've already got Visser. Evan Nielsen or Welbeck, sorry. Need 7 points to go top 500k. 1 transfer plus 0.5 million in the bank. I would start Isak ahead of Alanga, and I think you're pretty much good to go. Maybe De Bruyne to Saka if you can afford it. Maybe not. But yeah, that's probably what I'd go for. Hey Tom, thanks for all the videos this year. Thank you very much, Shane. Appreciate it, mate. Appreciate your support on the channel as well. 3 free transfers. 0.7 million in the bank. Currently thinking Pickford to Raya, Trips to Kirkez, KDB to Matoma. Anyone else I think I should consider? No, I think you've got all the moves there. Maybe Wood to Evan Nielsen or Wood to Welbeck could also be a decent option. But I like all the ones you've suggested. I think they're all good picks. Adam has said 1.6 million in the bank, 1 free transfer, unsure of captain, Isak doubtful. Yeah, Isak could be the one. I think the team looks good though, man. The team does look good. I'd definitely play Areola ahead of Henderson this week. That would be a cert. And I think with you having Mbeumo, I probably would be maybe tempted to play Ruben Diaz ahead of Nuri. So yeah, put Ruben in, put Areola in. And then, yeah, I guess for captaincy, I maybe would say maybe Salah and Mbeumo, Watkins, whoever. But I think I probably would roll with that. I think Isak starts or he just doesn't play at all. That's the way it goes, I think, for me personally. Good, steady team. No qualms with that one. Looks decent across the board. And Andy, one of our moderators, has sent his team in. He's got Pickford, Kirkes, Gvardiol, Munoz, and Mbeumo, De Bruyne, Salah, Saka, Bowen, Cunha, Visser. Yeah, I think we spoke about the transfers. Probably a Cunha one out or a better one out would be the move, wouldn't it, really, Andy? I think you've got the midfield nice and strong, so maybe like a Cunha to a Welbeck or an Evanilson probably is going to be the move this week, isn't it, really? Thank you for everybody that has sent in their teams. We'll do some more a little bit later on in the stream. Tom, how many managers are in your mini league? Is there a way to see? I don't know if there's a way to see. Let me know if there is. If you want to send your teams in, leave it under one of my most recent tweets and make sure you're following me on Twitter. Hey, Tom, how do you see the Champions League spots paying out? I think City get third. I've got a feeling Villa win. Villa definitely win today. I think Newcastle don't win. I think Newcastle bottle it. And I think Forest beat Chelsea. It's tough. It is tough. Should I go for Saka or Bournemouth Newcastle midfielder? I could be tempted with maybe a Newcastle midfielder ahead of Saka. That could be a tasty one. Losing by 1 point in my mini league with a bench boost in hand. Should I transfer in Bowen and Evanilson to take a -4? I mean, if you've got the bench boost, yeah, it covers off that minus, doesn't it? Covers off that minus. Do keep the questions coming in. Keep the likes coming in as well. Massively appreciate everybody in today's chat. You are absolutely smashing it. We've got really good numbers for the final day, and it's what we want to see. Of course, if you are new around here as well, we are trying to hit 13.5k by the end of today's stream. We probably need about 40 of you to hit subscribe. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Last ranked player. Okay, we'll take a look then. I know we had quite a few in. Am I just going to have to keep scrolling? Oh no, I can just keep going next, right? I imagine this is really jarring for people seeing this. Oh god, what have I clicked? So we've got 1.6. There you go. 1,600 people in the league. And one, there we go. One more as well in there. But decent numbers. I'll take that. I'll take that. Not bad. Probably just gave everybody an epileptic fit. I've just watched it back. But yeah. We don't have any news on Isak yet. That is the latest. What do you think of Gordon? It's not the Gordon of old. Not the Gordon of old. Not the Gordon of old. Thanks for all the advice this season, man. Being a big season of your channel growth. Top work. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. Like I said, this season, in terms of not only FPL, but the channel itself has been just incredible, hasn't it? To go from pretty much 3.8k subs at the end of last season to 13k now, halfway through it as well. Just unreal. Unreal. Who knows where we can be next season by this time. Genuinely, God knows. My aim for the end of the year is like 20k. I think that'd be a super cool goal to hit. 20k subs would be great on the channel. Of course, as well, we do have the second channel, which is producing some pretty decent content as well. Not as big as this one, but hey-ho, we've got more content coming over the summer as well for that one. Can you suggest the best 11 if you've got a free hit this week? Visser, Watkins, Welbeck, Bowen, Saka, Salah, and Mbeumo. And then I think you've got a pick there, maybe like a Rodgers, someone like that, but you probably could bench them, so that would probably be the midfield. Then at the back, I probably would have Ben White, Raya or Areola or Wan-Bissaka, then maybe a Kirkez, a Livramento. That would be probably the best team you could build this week. Yeah, I think we need some leaks. That is the big thing. We need some leaks ahead of today's deadline. I think leaks would be imperative. I think next season they should move the deadline to kickoff, like the UEFA ones. They should move them to before kickoff, or at least 30 minutes before. 30, I reckon 30 minutes before kickoff gives them probably enough time to update the game. It also gives everybody chance to see the lineups, because I think it's a little bit unfair that some people see the predicted lineups or leaks or whatever and then don't find out. You know what I mean? It's one of those, isn't it? So yeah, one of those. Yeah, I mean, he's in the predicted lineups, but yeah, again, it also shapes up my moves, who I'm going to be looking for as well. KDB as well, potentially. Is he going to be playing? Is Marmoush going to be playing? Is Isak going to be playing? We're going to need a lot of team leaks. KDB to Saka and Mateta to Welbeck. Yeah, I don't hate either of those moves. I don't hate either of those moves. I don't do team reviews by ID. I do them if you send me your team on Twitter. That is the only way that I do them. That is the only way that I do them. Do keep your questions coming in, guys. Keep the likes coming in. Obviously, like I said, if we hit 300, you know what happens at 300. It is the pin. It is the pin thing. Eze plus Marmoush plus Isak to Saka plus Evan Nielsen, Welbeck on free transfers. Yeah, if you can get it all for free. If you can get it all for free, why not? Yeah, I'll check my Discord afterwards, bro. I'll check it afterwards. What chips would you like to see in next season's game? I think they've got to make some changes to next season. And we spoke about it a little bit last week. But one of the changes I would like to see is we get 2 lots of every chip. Like we get 2 lots of every wild card, I think we should have 2 lots of bench boosts, 2 triple captains, 2 free hits. Because what a lot of top managers do is they just save the chips for the end of the season when the double game weeks arrive. And everyone pretty much plays the chips at the same point. If you throw in that extra chip for the first half of the season, everyone's got to use it. I think you make the game a little bit more spicy. I genuinely do, and I think it could be an interesting one to go by. The other chip that I do like the look of, and it's in the Club World Cup game, it's in the EFL Fantasy game as well for those that do play that. It's the, oh my god, what's it called? I can't remember if they call it like the Max Captain or something like that, but it picks the highest scoring player from your team. So you don't actually select a captain, you just literally see like, that's it. Like they're the ones, like that. Let's bring up the table then, because we've had a few questions about the Champo League spots. Can you guys see that? Sort of. Okay, so I reckon Villa win, which takes them to 69. I think City win, which takes them to 71. City could still finish second. Jesus. It's a big goal difference to overcome, but yeah, I don't see it happening. Newcastle, I think, lose today. I genuinely think Newcastle lose. I think Forest win. So what does that do? That takes them to 69, leaves them on 66, leaves them on 66, and means that Forest would come 5th. So Forest would come 5th, Villa would come 4th, and then Newcastle would come 6th, Chelsea would come 7th. I think that could be the way it goes today. I genuinely do. A chip that allows you to pick two captains, don't mind that. Whichever one, like a higher or lower, I guess. Like, if you ever watched Limitless in the UK, that game show with Ant and Dec, like, whichever one they pick, you know what I mean? So whichever the lower score is, it gets removed, but the higher one takes the armband. That could be an interesting one. Got White, Gvardiol, and Mikulenkovic. Should I sell Mikulenkovic for a -4? Newcastle defender? Not for me, probably. Sell Marmoush for Visa? Yeah, I definitely would. Set my team on Twitter. Cool, we'll go and take a look at some more of those a little bit later on in today's stream. Hi, Tom. Would you get rid of KDB or Palmer? I'd be more tempted to get rid of KDB because I don't think he plays a full 90. Not on penalties either. I think that chip with the bench swapping could be a little bit, could lead to some problems. Best 11 to replace a bench boost could be decent. Bro, please do not spam. Eze or Marmoush? Prefer to play Eze. I genuinely would. I prefer to play Eze this week. Right, we only need 30 more people to hit that subscribe button to end the season on 13.5k. So if you are enjoying the stream, make sure you are hitting subscribe. Make sure you're liking as well. We're at 230 likes as well, which is decent. If everybody likes the stream, if everybody in the stream likes it, we can easily get to 300. And then you get to see a backflip. So what's not to enjoy about that one? Start or bench Alanga. Depends who you're benching him for. Spy Saka or Mbuemo. Ooh. I think Saka could have the higher upside today with the fixture. Hi Tom, I'm 32 and 39 points ahead of second and third in my mid-league. I don't have Salah and Saka, and they do. Should I take a -12 to get them? No. Don't take a -12. Just play your own game, but don't take a -12 to get either of those, both of those two in. Maybe try and get one in if you can. But yeah, -12 seems absolutely ridiculous and probably puts you on the back burner a little bit. Select cap chip. I'd love that. In a double game week, yeah. That's what there was a triple game week in EFL Fantasy around Christmas. It was unbelievable. Best captain, Salah's still a decent shout. Bowen, Watkins could also be a good one, and Buemo could also be a pretty decent one heading into the final week. Who's Golden got as his captain for today? Let's have a look. Let me load his stream up. Who's he got as captain? He's currently got it on Haaland. Okay, Haaland. Not bad. Nico Williams or Cucurella? What are your thoughts to this matchup? I think there will be goals for both sides, so I wouldn't be tempted with either defender. Should I start Visser, Evan Nielsen or Welbeck? I mean, you should probably start all three, mate. Yeah, for anybody thinking about early doors CWC or Club World Cup strategy, I'm gonna play all probably my chips in the group stage. You've got teams that are playing in like African or Asian leagues that are just not the same level as European football. There could be some absolutely battering cricket scores, so I reckon play your chips early doors. How much better is Bowen than Kudos? So much better. I love Bowen. Kirkes is probably your best Saliba replacement, or Ben White, or Livramento. Isak, we don't have any news on. Start Alanga or Marmoush. Alanga. Goalkeeper chips could be interesting because they are a pretty dead position, so maybe could make you consider it a little bit more. Very nice first season points. Best triple cap, Bowen and Buemo, Salah, all could pop off this week. All could go big. Best Saliba replacement, 20 points behind my mini liga. We did that one already. I said Kirkes probably would be the one that I would look at for that one. Do keep your questions coming in, guys. Like I said, we'll be live for another hour till all the big boys start going live. But like I said, again, thank you very much for your continued support this season. It has been absolutely incredible. Yeah, you've completely changed the channel, my life, everything. So I'm very, very grateful for everybody that has subscribed, liked, watched, commented, everything like that. Massive, massive shout out to you guys. Love you all so much. Oh, I keep knocking my mic today as well. Bowen, Salah, Odegaard, and Buemo, Saka, Vissa, Evanilson, Welbeck. What is your question? Also on a free hit. It's a good team. It is a good team. Thank you very much, man. Eze is on fire, and Palace are a better team with no pressure. True. They always do finish the season quite strongly once they've secured safety, don't they? They do always finish it quite strongly. Who should I bench? I don't like Odegaard as a pick. He just doesn't excite me as a pick. Doesn't excite me as a pick, does Odegaard. So yeah, I probably wouldn't maybe look at him. Yeah, I don't think I'd probably look at him as a pick. Munoz or Bradley? I would prefer to play Bradley ahead of Munoz this week. Yeah, I'd probably go Bradley ahead of Munoz. Stock Cliver or Rodgers? I probably would go with Rodgers. I know it's a good fixture for Cliver, but I think with Brooks, other players being back as well, probably would not maybe look at it. Yeah, I don't think I would look at it. The Golden Goal Awards. Ooh. 7 PM, the Golden Goal Awards. Get yourself down for that one, lads. That could be a tasty one. That could be a big, juicy boy. Start Beto or Murphy. I think Everton could actually score, you know, today. I don't know why. I just think they could actually maybe get one. But I still probably would go Murphy. 8 Nuri to White or Timber. Timber's out, so don't go for Timber. Any news on Isaac? Nothing as of yet. Thoughts on Saliba to White, Kirkes for a -4. I'm tied with my mini league. Maybe go Ben White on that one. Kirkes could have massive upside though. Could be a big hitter. Captain Bowen or Semeno? You know my answer is going to be Bowen, Jessica. All the way. All the way my answer is going to be Bowen. What would be your free hit 11, Tom? I've kind of run through it a little bit already. But Vissa, Watkins, if Isaac is fit and available, probably him. If not, like an Evan Nielsen or a Welbeck. And Buemo, Salah, Bowen, probably maybe like a Semeno, somebody like that. Then at the back, it would be Ben White, Kivior, probably a Raya or Areola. Then you're probably going to have an Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Kirkes, Livramento. 100% you should be starting Livramento ahead of Munoz this week. Yeah, I guess Odegaard maybe. I haven't really looked at his stats too much. I just don't get excited by him. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at Odegaard then. Let's go and take a look at these numbers. See what he's been doing in recent weeks. It's just steady Eddie points though, isn't it? It's all assists. Assist, 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 assist. Is there a goal in there? I don't know. I don't know. What did he do earlier in the season against them? I'm going to have a look. What was the scoreline in that game earlier in the season? Let's have a look. Do you get your questions coming in, guys? Anything that you do have? What did they do earlier in the season? A 3-1 win for Arsenal. Havertz, Martinelli, and then Saka in the 88th minute. Saka got a goal and 2 assists. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, boy, boy. I'm very tempted to bring in Saka this week. Yeah, I think if we get news that Saka's going to play, I think I'm going to do KDB to Saka. I think that is probably the sensible move, isn't it? Right? That feels like the sensible move. Buy Evan Nielsen for Cunha or Alanga for Arsenal mid, Martinelli or Nico Williams to Kirkes. I probably would buy Evan Nielsen for Cunha. I don't 100% guarantee Cunha's going to start. Why are people captaining Salah? He lost the Golden Boot already. Yeah, I mean, I think you mean he won the Golden Boot, right? Potentially, Frank, you are in trouble, but you can always hope that other players pull you through. Cunha is not in Charlie's predicted lineup, no. Yeah, he's not in the predicted lineup. DQ questions coming in, guys. Anything that you do have ahead of the deadline? Yeah, I get why. I just think maybe Saka goes big early doors, though. Maybe he does. I do think there are going to be goals on this. There always are goals on the final day, right? The goals just do fly in. Should I start Cunha ahead of Gibbs White? I'd actually be tempted to play Gibbs White. Don't captain Salah for the hangover derby. Yeah. Rice baby, says Andy. Could be a decent shout. Yeah, you could TC Salah. I mean, you could do TC Bowen. You could do TC anyone you wanted this week. Salah to Saka. I don't think I'm going to do it personally for me in the position I'm in with my rank. I think at least keeping Salah probably going to be the right play. Looking at the poll, we've had over 1,000 votes. 51% have gone for Salah captain this week. Big numbers. 28% have gone for Bowen. 11% Saka. 10% have gone for other. Cunha might start, but at the same time, he is leaving. And this is what I mean. Like, he's not in the predicted lineup. It's just one of those. I wouldn't risk it. Hi, Tom. Would you start Kluivert or Wood? Ooh. Probably go Kluivert. What do you think about Welbeck instead of Wood? I really like Welbeck as a pick this week. On penalties, could be a really, really decent player pickup. Yeah, could be a decent one. Fuck mob notification. Real Madrid appoint Xavi Alonso as new manager. Very nice. Very nice indeed. I definitely think you're showing your age there, Jamie. A little bit of a boomer. Little bit of a boomer. Let's take a look on Twitter, see if we've had any other teams sent in to me. Ooh, we've had quite a few in. Let's have a look. Burn. Defense is a little bit shaky. Maybe going to have to wait for news on Isak on this one, but should be okay across the board with that team. Free transfers. TC still to play. Okay, TC Saka. Nice. God, you got a lot of big hitters in here, man. Maybe it is just getting another Arsenal defender or potentially a Bournemouth defender. Maybe Kirkes. Yeah, maybe Kirkes. Play Livramento, play Kirkes instead of Ruben. And then maybe another Arsenal defender, just really tighten it up. Or maybe Marmoush, like a Welbeck and Evan Nielsen. If you wanted to go for that front three. Or a Visser. Or a Havertz, you could maybe take a punt on there as well. There's quite a few options with you having many transfers left. Salah, Saka, KDB could all blank. I know they've been doing it recently. They have. They have, haven't they? They've been blanking. But let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. Was it a bad idea to hold my bench boost chip for game week 38? No. There's definitely some scope this week, isn't there? There's lots of scope. So I don't think it's a bad idea. One team has scored 5+ goals. I think, you know, Brentford could definitely be one of those teams that goes big this week. West Ham, maybe it's Arsenal that go big and get the 5. Could be Newcastle. Could be Newcastle. What do you think of Barnes? Probably not a player I would be picking up this week. I think if Isak's out, it makes that team a lot weaker. The vibe feels like Salah will be fed today. Fair. fair. I do think Liverpool maybe win like 3-0. I think maybe Liverpool win 3-0. But I don't know if Salah's going to be involved in all three. I reckon he gets a goal today. I do think he gets a goal, but whether or not it's all of them, I'm not 100% sure. Jamie, who are you going for your captain? I can't remember. It's been a while since I've looked at teams, but who are you thinking with your captain? Kirkes, Frimpong, Wirtz all coming to Liverpool next season. Going to be immense. Yeah, Frimpong and Wirtz definitely going to be FPL assets at some point next season. 1,000,000%. Definitely will be looking at them in terms of player pickups for next season. Start Milenkovic or Gvardiol. I would prefer to play Gvardiol. He's back in that left-back role where he can be so deadly. So that's where I probably would lean on that one. Would you transfer Saliba to Burn or for a -4 or play Agabu and hope that the Trippier starts? I would prefer to go Livramento if I was going to go for a Newcastle defender out of anybody there. We've just done some team reviews, but we can do some more if you send them to me. Let me know what your plans are for today's game as well. Let me know where you're planning on watching the final day. We've got the free screen set up and it is going to be delicious. Let's just put it that way. Still don't know. Yeah. I mean, mine might shift off of Bowen. We might go for the safe option of Salah. I don't know. Bring Evan Nielsen in for Isak or Marmoush, or bring Kirkes in for Ruben. I'd be tempted with more the top option. Yeah, I probably would be tempted more with the top option. Do keep your questions coming in. Keep the likes coming in as well. Like I said, we are trying to hit 13.5k subs today. What are we on right now? We need 60 more people to hit subscribe on today's stream. It's very possible. Don't even know what transfer I'll make. If you've sent me the team, we'll take a look, mate. We'll take a look. All right? There you go. Thoughts on this team? One free transfer, doing KDB to Saka if I hear news on Saka starts. If not, Bowen cap. Fair? Yep, that's fine. I think that's a completely fine move to make. I'd be tempted to start Konate ahead of Munoz for me personally anyway. Yeah, I probably would. Help me, says someone. Raya Kirkes. Can't see who your strikers are. So maybe try and send this one in again. Because I can't really comment without knowing who you got up front. Yeah, I think you know what? It's probably time for a 50-50 call, isn't it? On a coin. Let's have a look. No, I'm not streaming a watch along today. I'm just going to chill out, watch the games, enjoy it a little bit. I've seen quite a few other people are doing one as well. I've seen Andy's doing one, so I don't know if it'd actually get any views. Right, heads. Heads is going to be Bowen. Tails is going to be Salah, okay? Final day flip for captaincy. Tails. Tails. The holy coin has spoken. And it said go for Salah. Wow. Big. Big on the final day. It's gone with Salah. Eesh. Eesh. Yeah, we're still doing team reviews if you want to send them over. But there you go. If you trust in the holy coin, it has said go for Mohamed Salah captain over Bowen. Oof. Eesh. Dicey, that one. Dicey, dicey, dicey. Yeah, if you send me a team, bro, we can take a look at it for you. This is the flip I wanted, but I didn't want the outcome. Of course the holy coin's missed. The holy coin is missed on some things. But there's no best out of 3. That is it. The holy coin does one flip. And we trust the holy coin. We do trust the Holy Coin. I might be tempted to go with Salah cap. Because I'm thinking if I play it safe, effective ownership-wise, Bowen's still going to get me rank game, whatever, right? Salah wouldn't. Salah would be hurting me. And he's probably one of the only people that can hurt me this week in a big way. So, yeah. Can we do a spin, Tom, just for 250? Salah or sack for... Oh, okay. Right. Heads is going to be Salah. Tails is going to be Saka. Okay? It is heads, which I can't remember. I think that was Salah, right? So Salah wins that one as well. Salah's winning them all. Eesh. Cool, thank you for sending your team, bro. We'll go and take a look at that now. Uh, 100%. If you don't like the answer the coin gives you, it's also one of those. You don't have to trust the coin. If you wanted it to land on something else, then you know deep down that that was the right decision, if that makes sense. But yeah, Salah's cooking up here. Right, we've had some more sent in. One free hit to consider, Odegaard or Semenyo. I would prefer to go for Semenyo, but you've already gone... Yeah, it would be triple Bournemouth then. I think I'd probably leave it as is. FPL Tom, 1.8 million, one free transfer, 0.1 in the bank, off Savinho to Bowen. Would you take a -4 to try and get it? I mean, if we get news that Isak's out, then yeah, definitely you could just drop Isak down and that could be the move that you make there. That could be the move. We live and die by the coin. You know the rules. We live and die by the coin. Jamie, you better be making that meme. You better be making that meme. We live and die by the coin. But yeah, the coin. We have to trust the coin. The coin up. The coin has to be trusted today. We're dressed as it. I touched a big holy coin in Copenhagen at the weekend. Salah cap. Bowen Vice. Boom. I think that just covers off rank-wise. I do just think it covers us off. Backflip incoming. You're saying it wrong. It's live and die. Get out of here with your backflip. Anyone ask the coin other than Salah? Hey, the Salah's been locked by the coin. The coin has spoken today. It is said go with Salah. We have to trust the coin. The coin has spoken today. And thinking about it logically, Salah's probably going to be one of the only players that is maybe plus 100% effective ownership. Oh, Mateta's 100% scoring. It would not surprise me to see that Lardar score. He's been rubbish. Munoz, everybody sold him or benched him. He's scoring today, isn't he? I got Marco Asensio. Do I start him? He had some good chances in the last game. He did have some very good chances. So yeah, why not? But yeah, I think if I bring in Saka for KDB, I don't think there's anybody really too big that could hurt my rank. Maybe Eze, but they've got Liverpool. It's not an ideal fixture. Maybe Isak could be the one that hurts me a little bit. I'd play Saka ahead of Rodgers. I play Saka ahead of Rodgers. I went through every team that was there. Maybe try and send it again. Make sure you're following me on Twitter as well. Because sometimes it doesn't quite pull through. But yeah, just make sure you are sending it me as well. Bro, I have my adverts on low. I have my adverts on low. I don't have them on high. I have them on low volume. I don't put them up. I don't put them down. They're just literally sat on low, which is like the bottom option you can go for. So apologies if you're getting a lot of ads. I do apologise. We only need 11 more people to hit subscribe as well on today's stream, and then we will we'll have hit the magic number for the season, 13.5. That's where we'll end the year. So if you are new around here, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. It is massively appreciated as always. Alanga, Marmouche, Rogers, start 2. I would probably go for Rogers or Alanga. Don't think it's going to be worth a hit. I don't like I said, I don't think defender picks this week are going to be worth a hit. Bro, I've been watching my stream back. I maybe had like one advert. I think I've had one advert maybe. That's about it. We have just hit 300 likes, by the way, which makes me very nervous because it does mean there is going to be a flip or an attempt of a flip. We're going to try and do it onto the bed because that's the safest option. So when we wrap up the stream about 12:30, we'll talk you through the Club World Cup stuff and then we'll do a flip. All right? We'll give it a go. There's going to be no backflip, bro. There'll be no backflip. I'll try and do a forward flip onto the bed. And we'll see if we can do it, alright? Morning, Tom. Tried to take M out with a bold move on Palmer and Haaland. Well, that went well. Eesh. Yeah. Not good, bro. Bro, I have to. I have to. You might be going at 12 for your pub and your birthday celebrations. But we can't. Tune in at the pub. Tune in at the pub. Get everyone in the pub watching it. They'll love it. They'll be like, look at this idiot dressed as a coin trying to do a flip. I need to have a look how what the camera can see. So if I go to solo cam, right, you can kind of see the bed a little bit. I think I probably need to clear it here. Advert popped up. Yeah, I'm gonna watch my neck. Don't worry. But yeah, we're gonna. I genuinely have never done a flip. I've never tried to do a flip. But if we do a flip, it's gonna be that way. So we'll start back here, and we'll go for a flip. And we'll I'll need to clear the bed a little bit. So that way, I don't actually think you guys will see the flip either, because I'll land over there. So I might have to tilt the camera a little bit that way. But we'll give it a bash. We'll give it a bash. Get your phone, put it on Twitter. Yeah, I'll set up my camera in a second. We'll set up the camera, we'll get something. I'm so disappointed in you, I'm not angry. I'll get my phone out. I'll angle the phone so you can see the flip as well. Alright? And we'll do it at 12:30 before we finish up, alright? We'll do it at 12. Coin flipping Tom, yep. Why did I agree to 300? Why did I not say even more? Why did I not say 400? If no backflip, I'm unsubscribing. Oh dear, dear, dear. Yeah, I like the move Saliba to Wan-Bissaka. I think that's a fire move. 8 Nuri out for Connor Bradley. Don't mind it. Don't mind it. I've just chucked my phone away, so I can't see how many subscribers we're on either. Let me get my phone back. What we on? What we on subscriber-wise? 4 more people. 4 more people to hit 13.5 for today. That's decent, that. That is a lovely way to end the season. Big juicy stream like this as well. We've done good today. We've done genuinely really good today. How do you actually flip? How do you actually flip? Because I don't think I can do. I'm going to ask ChatGPT, how do I flip? ChatGPT, how do I do a flip? See what it comes back with. How do I do a flip? Stretch your legs. I don't think it's going to end well, is it? It's not going to end well. 42 points behind in my mini league. Should I still believe? Yes, you're probably going to have to go for some differentials, maybe a differential captain. If you've got any chips left, give them a decent one. I like those moves. I probably would be more tempted with Evan Nielsen than anybody there. Triple captain recommendations. Mini league captain will captain Salah. So needs go different. Bowen, Watkins, and Buemo. Saka. Do I actually do anything related to FPL? I mean, what have we been doing for most of this stream, mate? I deserve a backflip in compensation. Hey, bro, there will be no backflip. There will be no backflip. My dad always watches these streams, by the way, and he's probably thinking, you absolute moron right now. Absolute moron. I don't think it's going to end well, whatever happens. I don't think it's going to go well. Golden goal backflip raid. Look how to flip forward as a wrestler. I think if I just tuck my knees in and like lean forward into it, we should be all right. We'll give it a good bash. Rodgers and Isak. Rodgers for Isak? I mean, yeah, there we go. There's my dad. Took the neck in and like that. Backflip raid. Thank you very much for the raid, man. Appreciate you. Hope you enjoy your belated birthday celebrations. Hope today's stream went well for you, man. I saw some decent numbers in there. Nobody does care about FPL anymore. But that's what we love. That is what we love. Flip the coin. And we've hit 13.5k, by the way. So thank you very much for that today, guys. Bro, I won't break my neck. We'll be fine. I genuinely think it would be probably the most uninspiring flip you've ever seen. I feel like I'm watching a train. What do you think? Rice? Yeah, I don't mind Rice as an option. You could twist rather than flip. I think I'm just going to try and send it as much as I can. I'll let you do a twist mid-air. While Gold's in the chat, give him some happy birthday shouts as well. It was his birthday the other day, so happy belated birthday to him. Looking forward to seeing the paramedics enter the room as they attend the coin man with a broken neck. Cheers, Jamie. Yeah, we'll take a look at your team, mate. Welbeck in. And captain, what do you think? It's ballsy, but Spurs are on the piss, so why not? Oh, dear. Coin flip for Trossard and Semenyo. Yeah, let's take a look at that. Heads is going to be Trossard. Tails will be Semenyo, okay? It is Tails, which I believe was Semenyo. So there you go. Yeah, we'll give it a good bash. I don't know. I've never flipped in my life. I don't know what I'm doing, but we'll give it a bash. Is it worth getting Bowen and Evan Nielsen for a -4? Depends who you're taking out. I wouldn't go for Moreno with Havertz back in, so he won't be playing up front. So yeah. Who did you end up going for captain, Tom, for this week? Do you need to stretch a bit? Yeah, there'll be some stretching. Flip's at 12:30. Flip is before we finish up for today's stream. How are you going to explain that one in A&E? We're not going to end up in A&E. All right? We're not going to end up in A&E. We're just going to give it a good go. Realistically, what it's going to be is me just crashing onto my bed just like that. There won't be any flip, I don't think. Salah or Saka captain coin flip. We already did it, and it landed on Salah. So there you go. Palmer and Isak out for Salah and Welbeck -4. If we get news that Isak is out, yep. Watkins to Isak or Palmer to Saka. I think Palmer to Saka could be the one. I'm a first aider, if that counts. I spent. What do I spend my Saturdays doing? I just dressed as a coin flipping. I'm gonna go into work tomorrow, and everyone's gonna be like, "What did you do for work this weekend?" Oh, you know, went the pub. You know, had some beers, met some friends. What did you do, Tom? I dressed as a coin, severed my neck, and ended up in A&E. There's not going to be a backflip. I will not make a backflip. I think we're going to have to point the camera a little bit that way, and you'll just see the bed. Salah or Evan Nielsen? Ask the coin if you would, Tom. Yep. Tails is going to be Salah. Heads will be Evan Nielsen, alright? Jesus. Heads. There you go. Richie Simpson, Pope, Murphy, Shaw, Botman, Byrne, Bruno, Gordon, Isak, Barnes. Is he reliable? Is he a reliable guy? Dreams have got a sale on if you need a new bed afterwards. Cheers, mate. Let's have a look at Twitter. It looks like there might be some potential. Oh, the holy coin has spoken. The holy coin has spoken. This meme is out of control. Jessica's just sent in her team. 1 free transfer and 3.2 million. Don't love having Isak. Well, let's wait and see on the team news. In terms of players you could bring in this week, I think you could just maybe roll. Maybe see, like I said, wait and see what happens with Isak. But a fun punt on Havertz. A Vissa, maybe somebody like that could be a decent shout. News on Salah in 20 minutes, says Alex Volo. What have you got, Alex? What have you got? Well, just like, I think the team's decent enough, so you might as well just roll, not bother. Fulham captain Havertz. I mean, if he's starting up front, why not? Why not have a fun punt on it? Don't give up on the Bowen cap. I think the reason I've given up on the Bowen cap, number one, the coin has said go for Salah. Number two, I think it's just because we're like, you know, it's one of those, isn't it? Just seeing Raptors gone live as well. Oh dear. I was wondering why views were dropping. I was like, who's gone live? So you got Mate that's live at 1.4k. Raptors just dropped live as well. So we'll probably wrap up in like 15 minutes. We'll do the coin flip in a minute. For everybody that's been here, thank you very much for today's stream, guys. You've been legends as always. We'll check out your team in a second, Jamie. Subs have been phenomenal. So yeah. But yeah, I think with the Salah one, the only other player that could really hurt my rank is maybe like Isak. I genuinely think Isak starts or he doesn't play at all. So I would chuck Isak in if you've got him. Don't bench him, start him. And then just have someone lined up in first sub in case, of course, he doesn't play. I genuinely think that is the way to play this. No idea. I don't know where Alex has got his news from, but let's wait and see. Captain Saka or Bowen, pretend you don't have the coin. Probably would go Bowen. Good luck. Last day, Tom. It's been a good season. It's been a great season, hasn't it? It's been a fantastic season. And we'll be back yet again next year to do it all over again. And I can't wait to spend it with you guys. Absolute legends as always. Absolute legends, as always. So, yeah, I'm very appreciative of you all. Any news on Isaac? Nothing as of yet. So we'll have to wait and see. Here's Jamie's team. 3.6k overall. Salah cap. My move is probably going to be Saliba to Ben White, as I quite like my attack. Really tempted to go for one last push, though, as being conservative didn't get me anywhere. Yeah, I 100% get that, Jamie. I think the Saliba move probably is the right one, though, isn't it? Probably Saliba, then drop Munoz is probably the right move. But like I said, you're in the same position with me, where it's only probably like Isaac that could hurt our ranks. Everyone else is probably going to be fine. I reckon. I reckon so, anyway. I won't do a roundup later or anything like that. We're just going to move on. We're going to move on to the CWC stuff. The Club World Cup stuff. So if you haven't already, let me bring up... Where is it? Where's the Club World Cup? So yeah, this is what I'm currently rocking with for the Club World Cup. There will be a video dropping tomorrow with my team, talking through all the picks, chip strategy, everything like that. So yeah, we'll obviously be looking to move towards this for the summer, having a little bit of fun on the Club World Cup game, and yeah, just making some content on that one. That Richie Simpson guy has been right twice before. Okay, interesting. Okay, that could be a tasty one then. He did have Isaac in that starting 11, so yeah. I'll captain Isaac if he starts. Fair, fair. But yeah, like I said, we're going to be doing some Club World Cup stuff. There is a league if you want to join. Let me bring that up quickly. Leagues, my leagues. Of course, we've got the FPL Tom Super League. If you want to get yourself in here, there's already loads of you in here. That is the code right there that you need to put in if you want to get yourself joined in for the summer. Oh, no worries, mate. Frank, thank you very much for your support this season, man. Appreciate it. Have enjoyed all your content, Tom, apart from the Rashford coin flip. Keep up the good work and looking forward to next year. We'll have to do the housework on the deadline day till then. Oh, you hate housework. You hate to see it. If Isaac starts, I'd captain him. Fair enough. If you want to go for that route, Jessica, go for it. I'll whack the invite link in the Discord a little bit later. It's already posted on Twitter anyway, so if you want to go and check it out for yourself. We'll wait and see on the Salah stuff. Do we have a flip countdown? I'll do it in like a minute. All right, I'm just running through all the CWC stuff to get everything set up here. But yeah, we're going to be doing Club World Cup content over the summer. So make sure you're getting yourselves in the mini league, getting ready for that one. There's going to be a video dropping probably tomorrow with my first draft on it. So the content doesn't stop here. You guys know that. We just keep going. I'd start Rodgers ahead of Wood as well. But yeah, I probably need to set up this flip, don't I? We need to set up the flip. Where's the camera? Right, let's set up this flip. Let's set up this flip. So I'm going to move that a little bit. This might not work. Okay. I'm trying to reposition the camera. So it's going to be like there. That gives you enough room to see it. I'll film it on my phone as well. I'll film it on my phone. Right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for helping today's stream get over 300 likes. Massively appreciated. Is there a bigger camera I can use? What about this one? I can't remember what this one is. No, definitely not that one. There's got to be a bigger camera, right? Hang on, I'm just flipping around and seeing if I've got a bigger camera anywhere. No. Okay, we don't have a camera. We don't have a bigger camera. But we're gonna do it. Here we go. Let me get the video set up there on the phone. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be the flip. I'm filming it anyway, so I'll post it on Twitter as well with probably a better angle if you can see everything here. We're just going to send it, alright? I need to move the chair out of the way. Let's move the chair out of the way. Let's get that over here. Are we ready? Thank you very much for your amazing support this season, guys. I honestly, you've changed my life and I appreciate it all. So thank you very much. This is going to be the flip for hitting 300 likes on the stream. If I die, someone please call an ambulance, okay? Here we go. I'm genuinely nervous for this. I'm quite nervous. I don't know if the camera is going to focus in on it, but like I said, if it doesn't, there'll be a video on the Twitter, alright? Are you ready? Here we go. Oh! I think we got a bit. We might have got a little bit. I went for the roll. I'm just going to watch it back on the stream, see if I got it. But I think we got it. I think we got it. Oh, I didn't catch it on camera. I didn't catch it on camera, but... Hey, we did it. We did it. And that is that. I'll see if I got it on my phone. I think we got it on the phone. It hurt my neck a little bit, I'll tell you that. I did land a little bit sideways. But there you go. We saw flipping toes. I didn't pay anything, but I'd like a refund. Took the neck. I'm not doing another one. That was the one and only we're doing. Yeah, that hurt a little bit. I'm alright. We got a bit. Oh well. Oh well. I need to move the camera back now to where it was originally. Ah. There we go. Bring the chair back in. Oh. We're all good. We're all safe. We're all sound. We're all good. There we go. Whew. That is going to end the 24-25 season, I guess, guys. Thank you, like I said, very much for your... I just ducked and stuck my legs in the air. I didn't. I genuinely did do a roll. I'll post it on the Discord, on the Twitter and stuff like that. But yeah, thank you very much, everybody, for the continued support on the channel this season. It has been immense. It's genuinely been one of the best years of my life, making content for you guys, and just the roller coaster, doing the Raptor podcast, FPL therapy. The channel hitting 10k is something I never imagined we'd be in a position of. Never mind 13 where we are now. We're heading to the summer. The Club World Cup stuff's cooking up. We're going to do some good stuff on there. Best of luck to everybody in Game Week 38. Massively, like I said, appreciate all the support you've shown this season. A lot of love, a lot of time for you guys. So thank you very, very much. You've been immense. All the members, all the moderators as well. Just legends across the board. Jess, Andy, Jamie. Like, you guys have been in pretty much most of the streams throughout the course of this season. It's honestly unbelievable. George as well. Thank you very much. Yeah. Content awards this year for the role alone. Hey, bro. Tom's doing some content awards. We'll probably pop in his chat a little bit later, but that's going to be it for this season. Thank you, everybody. Best of luck this game week, like I said. And yeah, there's going to be Club World Cup stuff from tomorrow, so the channel doesn't stop over the summer. Then we'll be back in next year for next season as well. But yeah, thank you very much, guys. Best of luck on the final day, and thank you very much for this season.